Hi everybody, welcome back to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and we're in offline mode because in this video we're going to be learning the hardpoint map rotations for the PINES map. So we're going to go into the map with no bots. I've just extended the time limit to 15 and the score limit to 500, so we're not going to run out of time. Let's just change the map. Map is on the PINES, good. Mode is on hardpoint. Right. Let's dive in. Now, below the video in the description, you'll see a list of the hardpoint rotations in the order, and also a link to a document where it's got all of the hardpoint rotations for all of the maps so far. And also, if you click on the little links, it will take you to a full version, a full screen version, so you can actually read them if you have trouble with your eyesight. And Hardpoint is a fantastic game mode for people who maybe struggle a little bit with accuracy. Because as long as you know the order of the hardpoints, that gives you a massive advantage. So here we go, let's start off, and the first one is in the fountain in the centre of the map. Now, the next hardpoint is in the upper level, which is in actually to the southeast, which is over up there. So what I kind of recommend is, as you're playing hardpoint, have the list open so that it will just trigger your memory. Once you've been around a few times, you'll be fine, but I definitely recommend you run this drill just to get that muscle memory in of the different routes that you can take from the different hardpoints to each hardpoint, and kind of the different, you can practice sort of different head glitches about where you could maybe get cover. And again, with hardpoint, look at the minimap, see where the enemies are, see where your friends are, and where your friends are, that's where the enemies aren't. So the next one is the 10-second warning has popped. So let's go up here. We can run through here, and there's loads of different ways. The route that you will take to the next hardpoint will depend on where the enemies are. You know, you want to take a nice, easy route. Now, the next hardpoint is at the 18 shop, which is in the east of the map. Well, kind of in the east. It's kind of middle to east. You'll see in a second. If you weren't aware, the way that scores work in hardpoint is it's the first to 250 points. If you have a member of your squad on the hardpoint, you start earning points. If a member of the enemy squad gets on the hard point, it becomes contested, nobody earns any points. And if there's nobody in the hard point, right, we're going to get the 10-second warning now. So we're going to see there's the warning of where the next hard point's going to be. Over in the shop. And also, you don't get any more points for having more than one person on the hard point. So if somebody else is on the hard point, you may want to come off the hard point and then defend it from somewhere else where you think the enemies are going to be coming from, because they're not going to be looking for you hiding around the corner. They're going to be looking for the people on the hard point. That's also why things like trophy systems are so useful for hard point, because they defend from incoming grenades, RPGs, even cruise missiles. Now, the next hard point after the 18 store is actually the arcade, which is way over in the, I say way over in the west because this is quite a small map. So let's start heading over there now. You can actually go up this way, up this ladder if you want, down here. And this is quite a big hard point, this one. It's this huge area here. Loads of places to defend, but also there's not that many head glitches to defend from. My kind of recommendation is you should stay on a hard point till about 25 seconds, 20 seconds to go, and it depends on the size of the map. Now, the next hard point is actually back in the centre at the fountain, so I would recommend defend it until about 30, 25 seconds to go, and then as soon as that happens, you should look at the minimap, see where the enemies are, and then work out how you're going to get to the next hard point without being detected and without running into enemies, because it's all about getting to the hard point before the enemies do, so you can set up a defensive position ready to take it and get those first points. You know, get your trophy system down. Also, if you leave the hard point with, say, 25 seconds to go, the enemies will get the hard point and they'll be like, oh brilliant, we've won the hard point, we've got it, you know, and you're letting them, you're sacrificing a few points for them to have it, but you'll have the advantage for the next one. So we're down here, we're down in the fountain, we know that the next hard point is up here. If you had trouble trying to take this hard point, again, with 30 seconds to go, you should give up. You know, you should think, okay, it's no point us just dying trying to take this. You want to, teammates will start spawning around you as well, so they can keep running to that hard point over there if they want to attack it. But you controlled the spawn, so they're going to be running through where the next hard point will be, you know, right here where we are now. So without them knowing it, you're setting them up for success. And this is why, you know, one player can make a massive difference in Hardpoint. You can really manipulate the spawns. And when you see the professional players play, you know, that they're thinking 2, 3, 4 hard points ahead, and we're really only thinking 1 hard point ahead. So after the upper level, our next one is going to be down at the 18 shop. So again, defend it for about 30 to 35 seconds, and then once you've got those points in the bag, it's time to, you know, leg it. So let's leg it down this way this time. Let's take a different route. And to be really good at Hardpoint, you know, you start to learn all these different routes. Oop, we won't go quite so early. So at 10 seconds to go, you get the next Hardpoint warning, and they kind of watered down Hardpoint, I think, by giving this 10-second warning that now tells people where to go, because it means that people who don't know the hardpoint rotations haven't got as much of a disadvantage as they used to have. You know, it used to be that if you knew the hardpoint locations, you could really massacre every other team. Now it's not quite so the case, but you know, you can still have a good time. And you can still rack up the score and rack up the points, rack up the XP. Now we know that after the 18 store, our next hardpoint is in the west of the map, is the arcade. So what we'll do, let's head over there a little bit earlier. Let's imagine we're having trouble fighting our way through that way. So we've actually got to go really, really wide. We've got to flank all the way around here, you know, which could well happen. And then we're coming in from this direction. And the really good hardpoint maps and really hardpoint games are the ones where it is incredibly close, you know, and you're fighting each other, because you know, when you're playing domination, there is a point in domination where, you know, you just can't you can't win. You know, you're too far behind. Even after the first half of a domination game, you know, say you're down 100 points to 50, that's quite a lot to bring back. That can be quite difficult to bring back. With Hardpoint though, if you capture all 3 or 4 hardpoints in a row, you can come back from 100 points down, and very, very, very exciting indeed. So after the arcade, we know we're back in the centre at the fountain. So again, we would defend this for, you know, until there's 25 seconds to go. And then we leg it as fast as we can, see if we can get ourselves set up on the next hard point. We're back to the beginning. We knew where we were going. We know where the enemies are going to be coming from. We're going to defend it. We're going to rack up those points, and we're going to have a really good time playing this fantastic game mode. So it's going to pop. There it goes. So there we go. They are the hardpoint rotations for the Pine map. Hopefully you found that useful. Again, if you look in the description below the video, you'll see the list of the locations in order. And if you click on the link to the document, you'll find all of the hardpoint rotations for all of the maps so far. Plus, if you click on the little links, that will take you to a full page version where the writing is much bigger. So you should find it easier to read in game. Right, there we go. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And I will, of course, see you again soon.